There seems to be an argument that the U.S. Constitution provides a framework for which our lawmakers then pass laws, the courts interpret laws, and this then provides a smooth and functioning society. I don't believe there's anything that could be further from the truth. So let's just take a look at one of the basic principles of the Constitution, and that's the right to freedom of speech or freedom of expression. Let's compare that to what we know as our Miranda rights, which is the right to remain silent. Anything we say can and will be used against us in a court of law. So, on one hand, we will not be punished for what we say. That's freedom of speech. On the other hand, anything we say can be used to punish us during a criminal proceeding. There seems to be a contradiction here. And that contradiction is because the Supreme Court of the United States is garbage. So, how did they handle this? Or how did they handle this historically? So, historically, you'd have a kingdom. And imagine that the king's men are surrounding a person, and they put the person on a rack, and they're stretching the person out and asking, did you kill that boy? Now, if that person answers yes, do we really believe that that person's statement is truthful, it's reliable? Do we believe it's voluntary? Do we believe it's just to admit that statement, or would it be inappropriate to admit that statement in a court of law? So, what they did in common law is the police would be punished for the crime of torture when they did things like put people on the rack and made them confess. But let's just change the facts a little bit. And let's get rid of the physical element and do something a little different and put a gun to the person's head and threaten the person with the gun and ask them the same question. Did you kill that boy? And again, if this person answered yes to that question under those conditions, I think many of us would feel that that statement, again, is not voluntary. That statement's maybe not reliable. And it would be inappropriate to admit a statement obtained under those conditions into a court of law. But let's change the facts a little bit again. And instead of a gun, the police were using a threat of putting a person in prison or in a cage for the rest of their life. And once again, they said to this person, did you kill that boy? And the person said yes. Do you think that's any more voluntary than when the police used a gun? Or when the police put a person on a rack? Do you think it's any more reliable? And do you think that a statement should be admitted to court under those conditions? So, at common law, torture prevented any police interrogation while there was an accusation of crime. And this means that in a kingdom or a common law, or historically, people were not punished for what they say they did. They were punished for what they actually did. Long live the king.